My friend, you are not broken. You are never incomplete. If something inside you feels restless, aching, quietly dissatisfied, it is not because life has failed you. It is because your soul is whispering to you in a language older than words. What you are feeling is not confusion. It is recognition. Most people believe spirituality is something you add to life, like a belief system, a practice, or a discipline. But Paramahansa Yogananda revealed a deeper truth. Spirituality is not an addition. It is a return. You are not becoming spiritual. You are remembering who you are. This remembering does not arrive loudly. It does not announce itself with miracles or dramatic visions. It arrives softly, like a memory you did not know you still carried. A sudden stillness. A question that will not go away. A sense that the world you were chasing no longer satisfies the hunger inside you. Stay with this message until the end, because what is unfolding here is not information. It is remembrance. And once remembrance begins, it does not reverse. Before we go deeper, take a moment to support this sacred space. Subscribe to the Inner Divine channel. If these words resonate, like the video, share it, and write in the comments, I am remembering. Not for the algorithm, but for yourself. Declaration anchors awareness. From the moment you were born, the world began teaching you who to be. Your name, your roles, your fears, your ambitions. Slowly, gently, you were trained to forget yourself. Not maliciously, systematically. Society does not teach remembrance. It teaches distraction. Yogananda explained that the soul does not evolve from darkness to light. It awakens from forgetfulness to truth. You were born whole, but veiled. Like the sun hidden behind clouds, your light was never absent, only obscured. This is why children laugh easily. Why silence feels comforting. Why beauty moves you without explanation. These responses are not learned. They are remembered. As life progresses, something strange often happens. Even when material goals are achieved, a quiet emptiness remains. Success feels thin. Pleasure fades quickly. Relationships, possessions, and status fail to provide lasting fulfillment. This is not failure. It is recall. The soul remembers its origin, and the body misinterprets that memory as anxiety, restlessness, or longing. Modern psychology tries to fix this sensation. Ancient wisdom listens to it. You are not lost. You are awakening. The mind forgets. The body remembers. The soul never forgets. This is why certain truths feel self-evident when you hear them. Why sacred words stir tears without reason. Why meditation feels less like effort and more like home. Yogananda taught that the soul is a spark of the infinite, unchanged by time, untouched by circumstance. Awakening is not learning something new. It is realizing that the dream you have been living is a dream. And when remembering begins, life often starts to feel unstable. Old identities crack. Former desires lose their shine. Relationships shift. Goals that once motivated you suddenly feel hollow. This is not punishment. It is realignment. Illusion resists dissolution. Like fog confronted by sunrise, it thickens before it disappears. Fear may rise. Confusion may visit. But beneath it all, clarity is being born. The world trained you to seek, to chase happiness, success, approval, meaning. But the soul does not seek. It recognizes. Peace is not created. It is revealed when noise subsides. This is why stillness feels uncomfortable at first. The ego fears silence because silence dissolves its authority. Yet the soul drinks silence like water. Meditation, as Yogananda taught, is not effort. It is allowance. You do not chase stillness. You let movement settle. Like muddy water becoming clear when untouched, awareness reveals itself when interference ends. As remembrance deepens, subtle changes appear. You crave simplicity. Solitude feels nourishing rather than lonely. Truth matters more than approval. Compassion arises naturally. Time loosens its grip. These are not traits you acquire. They are qualities you uncover when the false layers fall away. Remembrance does not remove you from life. It brings you fully into it. Washing your hands becomes sacred. Breathing becomes intimate. Ordinary moments glow with quiet meaning. Pain, too, takes on a new role. Yogananda never glorified suffering, but he revealed its intelligence. Pain presses consciousness inward, toward what cannot be lost. This is why awakenings often follow breakdowns. What feels like collapses often recall. The ego resists remembering. It survives on labels, roles, urgency, and fear. When you sit in stillness, restlessness rises. This is not failure. It is resistance being exposed. Stay. Every moment you remain present, the ego loosens its grip. Gradually, remembrance stabilizes. You react less. You listen more. You no longer abandon yourself to outcomes. Life becomes participatory, not performative. You act, but you are not consumed by action. You work, love, plan, and build, but you do not disappear into roles. You remain rooted in awareness. This is freedom within form. You were never meant to become spiritual. You were meant to remember. And once remembrance stabilizes, there is no going back. Truth, once seen, cannot be unseen. If this message stirred something ancient inside you, subscribe to Inner Divine. Write, "I remember who I am" in the comments. Share this with someone whose soul is quietly awakening. The light you are seeking has never been outside you. It has been waiting patiently for you to remember. And as remembrance deepens, something even subtler happens. You begin to trust life again. Not blindly, not naively, but intimately. You sense an intelligence moving beneath events, arranging encounters, dissolving obstacles, and guiding you back to yourself. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and begin asking, "What is this revealing in me?" This shift alone changes everything. Yogananda taught that intuition is the soul's voice resurfacing. When remembrance grows, intuition sharpens. You feel when to speak and when to remain silent. You sense when to move forward and when to wait. Decisions arise from clarity rather than fear. You may also notice a growing discomfort with falsehood, both around you and within you. Conversations that once felt normal now feel heavy. Pretending becomes exhausting. This is not arrogance. It is alignment. The soul cannot rest in what is untrue. As remembrance stabilizes, compassion expands naturally. Not as moral effort, but as recognition. You begin to see others not as problems to fix, but as consciousness at different stages of remembering. Judgment softens. Patience widens. Even time begins to feel different. The urgency that once drove you loosens. You still honor responsibilities, but you are no longer hunted by the future or imprisoned by the past. Presence becomes your home. Yogananda emphasized that divine remembrance does not make life perfect, it makes it purposeful. Challenges still appear, but they no longer define you. They refine you. You move through difficulty without losing yourself inside it. Slowly, the search that dominated your life dissolves. Not because answers were found, but because the questioner was remembered. The one who is seeking peace realizes they are peace itself. This is the quiet miracle of awakening. No fireworks. No applause. Just a deep, steady knowing that you are not separate from life. Your life, experiencing itself through form. And once this knowing settles, even briefly, it leaves an imprint. You may forget again. You may get distracted. But something essential has shifted. The memory cannot be erased. You begin to live with reverence, not because the world is sacred, but because you recognize the sacred within yourself, reflected everywhere. This is why Yogananda said that self-realization is not an escape from the world, but the fulfillment of living within it consciously. You were never meant to abandon life to find God. You were meant to remember God within life. If these words have touched something deep inside you, honor that moment. Subscribe to Inner Divine. Write in the comments, "I remember who I am." And share this message with someone whose soul is quietly awakening, even if they don't yet have language for it. The journey was never outward. The becoming was never required. You are not becoming spiritual. You are remembering who you are.